Okay, so I am back, and oh, did I? Well, now my stream info is updated. I don't know if that showed up at first, but okay, so yeah, I have it updated, and so we're on day one of our new character's permadeath run. So I'm gonna load it up for M Sharza. It says 33 minutes in, so for anyone who's not, this is the first thing they're watching because I think this is the only one I'm actually gonna have saved on YouTube. Basically, I created a character, and then had a plan like what's gonna be in their inventory, where they're gonna start, and then ran the character all the way to Anvil. So they're gonna start on the docks of Anvil, and from here on out, if they die, they die. So if M. Sharza dies, they die. So I'm gonna do like kind of lean more into the role playing aspect, I think, than I have in prior streams, but it's still gonna mostly just me kind of narrating things as I go through. But yeah, so we're gonna be here on the docks. I don't know if there's anything. Yeah, I think for this first stream, I'll probably talk a little bit more, basically read through the character's background that I generated with ChatGPT. So incorporates a little bit of things from prior characters, but it's definitely a different kind of character. So yeah, M. Sharza, the Whisper of Gold. So we've done all the skill assignments. So they're a Khajiit, birth sign is the Thief, and then their class is their focus is initially on agility and luck. It looks like we also got speed and personality, I think, because of the stealth focus. And the major skills are blade, illusion, light armor, marksman, mercantile, security, and sneak. And I think for this playthrough, my emphasis is definitely going to be on sneak and security and marksman. So using a bow, I think the blade part of it, I'm going to be using a short sword. But that's going to be kind of a last thing with M. Sharza. Their first instinct is to try and do it without getting seen in the first place. Um, so because that's part of this. I'll get into it in a little bit, but that's kind of part of this character's sort of motivations. So yeah, the cool thing about doing it with ChatGPT is it was kind of able to create this whole background to the character that I'm going to try and adhere to, but I kind of like to let the story shape itself out because there's no, with the way that I do it, if I make a mistake in the game, end up in jail, or get kicked out of a guild, or make enemies with someone, I gotta live with that. So that was a fun part of the last character story. Really derailed things early on, but to start with, we've got kind of a general framework that I use ChatGPT to make. So yeah, the motivations. Let's see. So the backstory. M. Sharza was born under the twin moons in the alley shadows of Senchal. So that's like a dock city in the Khajiit homelands, so to speak. I had to look that up, but a kid of no note, save for their quick fingers and quicker tongue. Apprentice to a smuggler priest of Rajin. They learned to slip through cracks in both walls and laws. With their master swung from the gallows, M. Sharza fled, stowed aboard a ship bound for Cyrodiil. But the sea was no friend. Sickness, tempests, and ghost tales of old sailors carved fear deep into M. Sharza's bones. Now ashore in Anvil, M. Sharza seeks to put the sea behind them forever, chasing coin and legend in the warm glow of hearths and city lights. So the part of him being afraid of the sea and ships and ghosts is based on how the last character died, which was literally in the dock, like just to the left of where we're starting this character. They wouldn't know that, but um, that's how they met their end. So I worked that into this guy's narrative. But so the motivations. To find or create the perfect heist, a score so clean, so clever that even the gods would admire it. Build a network or reputation to avoid ever needing to trust another ship's deck. Accumulate wealth, not for splendor, but to ensure comfort, safety, and freedom. So that's going to be interesting. Like, this is definitely a character who would buy a house. And they're doing it basically for money, above all else. So we'll see how that goes. Values: skill and wit triumph over brute force. Loyalty is situational. Trust is earned, not given. The dead should be left to their peace. Robbing tombs courts the wrath of oblivion. So I think the tomb raiding part, also the fear of ghosts plays into that. So, and then fears ships, the seas, and especially ghost ships. Crypts, tombs, in any place where the dead might rise. Sorcerers and priests, seen as dangerous fools meddling with powers best left alone. And mage it. Yeah, so those are the fears. The grudges: mages are arrogant meddlers who think themselves above others. Priests are peddlers of false hope. And ghosts are the sea's curse made flesh, to be avoided or outwitted, never confronted. And then it just has some potential starting points. So yeah, I think that's kind of it with this character. I'll try and stick to that, but it's pretty light, on the guidelines for it. So, with that, let's just get to playing. I do this mostly from the first person perspective, so I think we're gonna want to just start talking to people in town. I think. How are we doing on sun? Oh, I guess another thing for people watching this. Sorry. I don't use fast travel. And I try and not use the rest feature in this game unless it's literally the character sleeping, to make it as immersive as possible. Also, why there's no music in the background, so this is definitely not your normal Oblivion stream at all. But I want to get ahead of that so people aren't going to be thrown off when I'm walking from place to place. But yeah, so with that, I'm just going to get into the game.
I see you. Hello.
What's going on with you?
I ran across a couple of mud crabs not long ago.
I'm Newheim, Anvil Harbor Master. I'm responsible for all harbor traffic, docks, duties, and fees in Anvil Harbor. Traffic through Anvil Harbor comes mostly in exotic, high-profit goods, easy to transport by road or Mages Guild couriers to eastern markets.
Okay, well that sounds interesting for this character. I mean, they definitely would want to inquire about that.
I'd like to get my hands on the cowards that did that. I'm even thinking of joining the Prophet's Holy Crusade.
Okay, I don't think Msharza wants anything to do with that.
Sure, the guy down by the chapel. He's the one calling for some holy knight to return. Maybe we could use a few more holy knights these days. The Count's Arms is a very nice place for a meal, and Wilbur has an extensive knowledge of wines. Bye.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. I think I have too much gold. Because I picked some up. I think I was only supposed to start with a certain amount, so... Okay, you can't drop gold in this. So... We have 38. That's just gonna it's just gonna be how it is. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for people to get rid of gold. So, anyways, then we got the full aisle. So I don't think we got very much useful information out of them, but
a coin for an old beggar? I'm saving up enough for some medicine.
oh hey, what's up, Mitsuri? Welcome back. So yeah, now I'm doing the proper playthrough. So it's gonna be a little bit focused on the character, but if I die, I'm gonna start over. But hopefully that won't happen. Not quickly. So have a coin, beggar.
Thank you, kind sir.
So with the Anvil Chapel attack, I don't think this character's really interested in it because it sounds like it's just not really
Blessings of
doesn't
our
really care
king
much
on ye.
about temples and gods and things like that. So it's just not going to be a focus.
Heinrich Oakenhull, captain and shipmaster. My ship is in for refitting, so I'm high and dry for a while. You hear about Gogan? A gang of thieves is running a scam in town, and he fell for it. What an idiot.
Okay, this is interesting.
An all-female gang of thieves has been recently plaguing Anvil with a very unique method of robbing. They pick on only the men. If you want to help us do something about it, go talk to Gogan and Malona. Let's just say Gogan is intimately involved and leave it at that.
Okay, this one I think will be an early one to look into. Is it your fave game? Yeah, I'd say Oblivion's probably. The Elder Scrolls series is probably my favorite game. There's nothing really else
Good
like
day.
it. In terms of like the combination of being a sandbox, and just like how deep the worlds are and like how detailed they are. So I like most of the stuff that Bethesda comes out with. I'm not as big of a fan of Fallout, just because I don't know. I guess I don't like the post-apocalyptic vibe to it as much. So yeah, I would say so. But I do play other things. So like tomorrow I'm going to be playing Clair Obscur, which I don't know if you played that game. It's phenomenal. Everyone's been saying that, but
What's going on with you? I've heard
this
that
is
Nord
interesting.
warriors have
Okay, so we
traveled
have the
from
Harborside
Skyrim with
Warehouse,
orc mercenaries
and he
to
says that
assault
there's
the
lots of
Riverine of Morrowind. The
interesting
Nords have always been
goods that
protective
pass
of their
through here.
territory. It's no wonder they get involved in these disputes. So long.
And
Farewell.
I would hazard to guess that they would be in the warehouse. So maybe a potential target. I don't know. Okay, so going to the quest, we did pick up one, the Siren's Deception. So we're gonna make that our main one. So I've heard an all-female gang of thieves is preying on the menfolk of Anvil. While I didn't get all the details, I was pointed in the direction of Gogan and Melona, two local Anvil residents. Somehow Gogan is intimately involved, whatever that means. Yeah, it sounds like there might be like a honeypot thing going on here. Oh, nice. I used to play FPS game. Okay. Yeah. Do you have a particular favorite? I think the closest thing to a FPS I played was what is it? Starfield, which is another RPG, but definitely a lot more shooty of a game than a lot of RPGs. So, all right, we can take off the pin now. Okay, we're gonna go go into this inn here. The Fox. I don't even know where to start with that one. No, I don't have a fave, but I play like PUBG, COD, CS2. Okay. Oh, GTA 5 too. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I feel like all those games kind of, yeah, it's like its own like group of gamers that play those games because they all kind of like feed into each other. So, yeah, I hear you. I think I used to a long time ago play more. I think probably PUBG was my, or I played a little bit of Fortnite, not a lot. And then GTA 5 was a lot of fun.
Well met.
So
Timothy LaRouche, late of the Black Dog, able seaman. I'll be staying ashore till my stash runs out, then it's off to sea once more.
Okay.
The
so
Fighters
this
Guild
guy-
is recruiting again. Not a bad way to make some money, if you've got the stones for it.
So I think you also waiting for GTA 6. Yeah, I mean, the two games I'm waiting for GTA 6 and Elder Scrolls 6. So, um, but which I guess GTA, I mean Elder Scrolls 6, I'm gonna be like 50 by the time it comes out. But GTA 6, it sounds like they're actually working on it, which is nice. So that's gonna be out sometime in my lifetime, which is great. But yeah, it's crazy like how long ago GTA 5 came out. I'm just glad that they're actually coming out with a new one. The Yeah, I mean the cities they built in that game are mind blowing. Like even GTA 4 was, I remember at the time when it came out, was pretty
Goodbye.
wild. So isn't that they're doing it like Vice City, right? It's Miami or based on Miami. Okay, so these are the private rooms. Seems kind of empty in here. Yeah, we talked to Timothy.
How do you do?
Okay, so all these are hard locks, which I haven't done as much like specialization in stealth, so I'm not as good with this playstyle, which will be a thing. And I only have 2 lock picks, so I don't think I want to try the hard locks yet, because I genuinely like have no idea what my chances are of success. This is a very strange inn. There doesn't seem to be an innkeeper, so I'm just gonna leave and go try something else. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Okay, so they have like a back door going in too.
Greetings to you.
The prey approaches.
How are you?
My name's Quillweave. I've had some success selling stories about the lives of the lower and criminal classes.
That's kind of cool. Okay.
I'm willing to teach if you're willing to learn.
Okay, so our person character isn't an acrobatics one, which is something that kind of stands out from a lot of other stealth builds. So it's not as much of an interest. Do you have a job or full-time streamer? I do. I have a full-time job, so this is definitely not my main gig. I think part of the reason I'm doing it in the morning is it's like the one time that I've got a solid block of like 3 hours to do stuff on the weekends. But I think how I normally stream is when I finish work, I'm on for about an hour and a half, and that's different. I play all sorts of games on top of this, so this is the one that this is the stream that I'm most like kind of dedicated to for the time being, but I do lots of other stuff. Your character is like a tiger. Yeah, I know. It's right because she like I was describing it and I was like, it's like a cat person, but like it's but yeah, he's got stripes and everything, so oh, it's really hard. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean it's like it's difficult because basically if you were to really want to try and like do streaming seriously, I feel like you got to do 4-hour sessions, and that's just not realistic. Like when you've got to like have when you've got anything other than work going on in your life. So I do it when I can. And I think I had a cooking stream actually, which is the one that was really picking up steam, but because I picked up jujitsu, that was eating up all my time, and so that took whatever time I had for that. And so I've been doing basically working on my game, like just doing casual game streams. And now I've got kind of a regular pattern, which is nice. So yeah, I'm still figuring it out. I get on when I can, but yeah, it's difficult. I mean, if somehow it took off, people really liked it, and I could actually make money from it, like who knows? See what happens. But for now, it's just more of a hobby. But anyways, okay. So Quill Weave is very, I don't know, the thing she said where it's like the prey approaches was kind of interesting. You put in a lot of effort. You put in a lot of effort. So what's your goal for streaming? Um, well, with the game one, I think it would just be nice to get some followers again. Mostly just because it's nice to have people on stream and like do this where I'm having a conversation. Like I definitely for these videos put them up on YouTube, because I put a little bit more effort. I put the effort into the content, and I kind of want to build up a catalog there of these sort of more narrative playthroughs of Oblivion, but also some other games. So I think for the game stream stuff, that's really the focus is just kind of, like get some be on regular enough so that people can drop in. People who, like can get chat going and stuff. And then with the cooking stream, it's just finding the time to do that one again. I think it's kind of on permanent hiatus though, which is why I split it off into its own channel, so that I could just have one that was focused on gaming. So you plan to become an affiliate? Because after becoming one, you can start earning from here. Yeah, I mean, I figure it's one of those things that it's like if it if it happens that way, great. Um, I think the best part about affiliate really, like I have no idea how the revenue stream works, like how many people you realistically need to have on your stream to really make like real money from it. I know I got enough followers on my cooking stream to get to affiliate, and I was getting the numbers, like the average viewer numbers, close enough where it's like an average of 3 or something, to qualify. Basically, I was like one raid away from actually doing it, and then life got in the way. So if I got that with my gaming stream, fantastic. But for me, like honestly, the thing it would be best about is for storing, like VOD videos and stuff. I wouldn't have to have like a turbo account to do that. They don't. Twitch deletes videos for non-affiliate streamers now, like after like 3 days or something, which is workable. Part of the reason I put them on YouTube, but that would be a big thing. But I don't know. I've got a stable job, so it would be like in a job that I'm happy with. So it would have to be like really blow up, for it to be something that I'd consider doing full time. So for now, I'm just kind of working on, getting my setup here worked out, and then just getting better at streaming. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but um, are you an affiliate, by the way? I like it sounds like you definitely are knowledgeable about it. So all right, Anvil. Yeah, let's just ask about
Between the
Anvil.
sailors and shipmen of the port and my little local circle of friends, I have plenty of yarns for knitting up my tales. The Fighters Guild is recruiting again. Not a bad way to make some money, if you've got the stones for it. Be seeing you.
All right, So we've given him money. This is actually the boat that my last character died on. And the sun's
Have
coming
mercy.
down, so...
Just one call.
I don't know you. You don't know me. Everybody's happy.
If you want to become an affiliate on Twitch, do you know about Twitch's policy? The only thing I know is that I think you, unless it's changed, you have to have 50 followers and an average of 3 streamers or 3 viewers on your stream per stream, I think, right?
It's a big town. Hell, it's a big county. You stick to your part, I stick to mine. All right?
Man, that's kind of... Sorry, not talking about you, talking about Anguilon, who we're talking to right now. Kind of rude, but... Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I thought it was, which I think... The followers one, I think it's just a matter of time. I think it's the getting 3 viewers a stream. That's really the challenging one, because it's like... Especially if you're doing like hour-and-a-half long videos. I know... That was part of the reason I split the channel off, was because my cooking show would get a lot more viewers than my gaming channel would. And so if you have 0 viewers on one of your gaming ones because all the people who follow you only want to watch your cooking stuff, then it hurts your numbers. So all of which is stuff that, yeah, can be its own kind of distraction. But I could see that being a thing here. Like if everyone... Like, if I get a lot more people who like my Oblivion videos than anything else I do, then I'd have to make a decision there. So I think there's always like a little bit of sacrifice that goes into it. If you want more viewers, you kind of have to give up necessarily doing exactly the type of games that you want to play, versus what's popular. But I'm not even there yet. So, but I kind of, because of the cooking show, kind of have been through these types of conversations with myself. So actually, I'm supporting lots of small streamers and YouTubers. Oh yeah? Well, I mean, yeah, I appreciate you dropping into this channel. I mean, I know it's difficult to find. I have a Discord community where we have 13,000 streamers in YouTube. Would you like to join? I think I'm okay. I'm happy. I appreciate the follow. But I'm just kind of doing it straight, just by streaming. So, I know stuff like that can help, but, I'm just gonna going about it by just streaming, and if people like my stuff, then great. So maybe it might be slower that way, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. Appreciate it though. All right, so
Good day.
Have pity,
flowing
sir.
bowl.
Greetings.
Good to see you. They call me Hall's Ropes Faster. I don't care. They can't pronounce my Black Marsh name anyway. Touched by the gods. He hears things. Who knows? He's happy. Let him be.
So like I said, I appreciate it, Mitsuri. But I'm just focusing on the stream for now. So anyways, yeah, I'm still just talking to these guys.
You are stupid if you come to chatter. If you want to train and you pay me, then that is not so stupid. Good day.
May the wind be on your back.
So, have you bet on any arena matches lately?
Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Mainlorn. My twin's name is Canelorn. How to tell us apart? I'm in brown. He's in blue. Simple, really. The Count went missing about 10 years ago. No one knows what happened to him. Lady Malona rules County Anvil. Her ladyship has no intention of remarrying. Liked her first Count well enough, I guess. Doesn't fancy a replacement. I've heard Azan can sign you up for the Fighters Guild. That's someone I wouldn't mind working for. Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Of
Bye.
course not.
Bye.
How goes it? What do you want?
Okay, he's the guy that we were talking to earlier.
You too?
He told us about the
Go ahead,
whole
please.
like honeypot scheme that's going on.
Good day. Hello.
I think there's somewhere here you can get a room, right?
Tidings. Go ahead, please.
So yeah, with Anvil, it's like a big like town filled with a bunch of sailors.
You are
is the
stupid
gist
if you
that I'm
come to
getting from
chatter.
this.
If you want to train and
Right,
Take
this is the
care.
guy that's not super friendly.
good evening.
What's
I'm
new with
Maine
you?
Lord. I'm the twin in brown, remember?
Yeah,
Good day.
okay.
I hear the
Where's
legions
the-
have been
there's, like-
recalled from Fort Swampmoth in Black Marsh. And many of the
There are
Argonian
inns
slaves
here,
have
but, like-
returned to their tribes.
I've heard many tales of Black Marsh. It sounds like a truly mysterious place.
Be seeing ya.
There's like nobody to actually to rent a room from.
Hello there.
Interesting.
Have mercy. Just one.
I'm Norbert Lels. I let my merchandise speak for itself. Look around. If you see something you like, we'll talk about a price.
Oh, I think this character
Seeing
will
you.
see a lot that he likes. Let's see. What has he got here? So one thing I really do like about this game, and this is something that has appealed to me about it since I played Morrowind, back when I was out on Xbox, is that, oh, this display case, interesting. Okay, so this is locked, but it's a very easy lock, so I wonder if we can read this. Okay, this is where I gotta be careful. If you accidentally press the A button right in front of someone, then you'll steal it, and that can cause you problems, so. Arcana restored. Okay, so he probably lives in his house, so, or in his, not his house, in his store, based on this, so, and he's definitely suspicious. Hello. I'm gonna go back downstairs now. I think they will become actually like irritated with you. Yeah, if you kind of push it a little bit. The new Doomstone series, what's this? Will Weave plans new Doomstone cycle. Doomstone's not magical, says noted Argonian writer. The author of The Goblin with the Golden Arm and Red Crater plans a new series of historical works set in the early days of Riemann emperors. The stories will center around the sorcerers and battle mages that play such a prominent part in the legends of the Riemann Emperor's rapid rise to power in the closing years of the Second Era. She plans to call the series The Paths of the Doomstones. The Argonian authoress declined to reveal any details of the characters and themes of these books. However, Quillweave clearly has quite ambitious plans for this series, since she plans tithes to correspond with each of Cyrodiil's 21 Doomstones. These ancient monuments are scattered throughout Cyrodiil, and each is known in legend by its own name. I always carefully research my subjects, Quillweave says, and I find no evidence at all to support the popular notion that these rune stones were once artifacts of great magical power. She noted that 13 of these stones are associated with the common birth signs by which people have always marked the aspects of the heavens when children are born. Such stones as the Mage Stone and the Serpent Stone were certainly associated with primitive sky warships of the beast folk of the Mythic era. Other stones, like the Aetherius Stone and the Magnus Stone, were also doubtless associated with other long-forgotten cults. The courier asked Quillweave. Oh, so Quillweave's actually the character that we met. So the courier asked Quillweave why she might choose to abandon the popular tale of thieves, outlaws, murderers, and lowlifes that have made her so famous in Cyrodiil and throughout the Empire. She explained that she has long sought material with more mature and epic themes to celebrate the noble virtues of Cyrodiil and the Empire. She assured the courier that she will fill the Doomstone series with lusty and colorful characters we've come to know and love. But this time, Quillweave says, my characters will uproot trees, devastate cities, and summon rains of boiling blood before slipping away to explore the private and intimate mysteries of the heart. That's cool. So this is another thing I like about this series is they have details like that where you can actually see the characters that they're talking about in these like newspapers. Okay. Well, it's too early to do any thieving.
Good evening. I'm a Solden, mate. Not that it's any of your business. Crazy as a rat in a cat box. Just leave him alone. He's not hurting anybody. Good day.
Go ahead, please. Must have been knocked on the head. Talks all sorts of rot. Meek as a sheep, though. Good day.
Did we meet Thurendal? I must have gotten distracted or something.
Hail!
Good evening.
Good to see
Fresh game.
Captain Dougal's rumored treasure has to be true. I wonder if the first Count of Anvil found it.
you. So I've heard.
Good day.
Evening.
The Fighters Guild is recruiting again.
Okay, you
Not a
can't.
bad way to make some money if you've got the stones for it.
Interesting. Take
Interesting.
care.
He won't actually
Bye.
talk to you.
Greetings, Khajiit.
Welcome to the Flowing Bowl. I'm Mainlorn. My twin's name is Cainlorn. How to tell us apart? I'm in brown. He's in blue. Simple, really.
Yeah, okay, so they don't rent rooms, I guess.
Be seeing you.
Not just normal people, I
Hi.
guess.
Hi there. Yes?
We talked to him?
Be seeing you.
No, okay. Okay, so I would maybe look at the boats as a potential, like, target for thieving, but that's, it's probably not a great idea. Or with this character,
How are you?
they don't want anything to do with boats, so.
Well,
Alright, let's check out Anvil proper, so. Door to Newheim the Portly's house.
Eh?
Interesting. Oh,
What do you
Gauguin, this
want?
is a guy.
Talk to Malona. She runs the council. Judge, jury, and executioner.
Okay.
The Emperor
Pretty straight
and
to
his
the
3
point.
sons, dead. Right under the noses of the Imperial Guard. It's a disgrace. Talk to her. She seems to have all the answers.
Okay, we'll look into this whole gang situation. That might get us some interesting contacts.
Hello there. How would you like to get my husband Gauguin out of hot water? You
Not
men are
really.
all alike.
Oh, did she just, is that, okay, maybe we can
Back again?
rework that.
You still want to help my good-for-nothing husband?
Sure, what's he done?
Believe me, he'll need all the help he can get to worm his way out of this one. To think he'd fall for the gang's scheme. Oh, I could kill him. I'm sorry. I'm rambling, and you look confused. Let me explain.
Go
The
on.
women in the gang use their wiles to lure men out to some remote location and rob them blind. It's been going on for some time now. The city guard hasn't done very much about it because, frankly, the men who are robbed are so embarrassed they don't want to report it. Take, for example, that good-for-nothing husband of mine, Gauguin. He cared more about their charms than my own.
Yeah, I could see why she'd be a little miffed about that one.
When Gauguin was, with the women, they took something quite valuable from him. No, it's not what you're thinking. He was carrying a precious family heirloom with him when he was lured out to their lair. It was a small ring given to him on our wedding day. The ring belonged to my mother and has been in the family for generations. I'm willing to give you all the money I have to get it back. 100 gold. Can you help us?
Yes, I'll
Thank
help you.
I'm afraid I can't offer you much help, but I'll do what I can.
Okay, so the quest got
All I can
updated.
tell you is that the best place to start is at the Flowing Bowl. It's a tavern located outside the city walls near the waterfront. Gauguin may be able to give you more information beyond that. I've heard Carahill is a powerful illusionist. No wonder she's the ranking mage here in Anvil.
So I guess that's one thing we could do. We could also maybe work on our illusion spells. This isn't really a mage character though, so we will work on that, but in due
The
time.
Flowing Bowl attracts the worst Anvil has to offer. Always be on your guard.
That's good to know. Okay. All right, so we can go, I think, talk again with Gorgon, something like that. All right, let me check the quest update. Milena told me that, yeah, okay. So I've spoken to Milena, a Red Guard commoner who lives in Anvil. It seems that a gang of female thieves has taken up residence somewhere nearby. They're luring men out to their farmhouse by seducing them, and then in actuality robbing them of all their goods when they arrive. The men are so embarrassed about this that they won't report it to the authorities. Melona's husband is one of the victims. Upon further questioning, I've discovered that Melona's husband, Gauguin, was carrying a family heirloom when the all-female gang robbed him. She's desperate to get the ring back and is offering 100 gold for its return. Melona told me that the men are usually approached at the local watering hole, the Flowing Bowl. That's where I should make contact with the gang. I should speak to Goguen as he may be able to add some more useful information. Okay, so we'll talk to Goguen. And then I don't know. It's interesting because we're more, I think, probably on the side of the thieves in this case. So I just want to see where this goes. And then hopefully not die in the process. I'm going to go refill my cup of coffee and then probably take a couple minutes break because it's been 40 minutes. And then I've got about an hour more to stream and then yeah, so I will be right back. I go find Goguen.
What do you want? See, my wife couldn't keep a big mouth shut. Yes, it's true. I lost the family ring to those sirens. I'm ashamed about the whole incident, but not ashamed enough to ask for your help. I was sitting in the flowing bowl when the most fetching Nord woman you've ever seen walked in with an equally attractive Imperial woman following. After we exchanged words, I followed them out to a farmhouse. Inside, they asked me to remove my clothes and items. Well, I did. And then suddenly they brandished weapons and robbed me. They sent me away with barely a stitch of clothing. Harlots. Just please, help me get that ring back. I want to save what's left of my marriage.
Okay, well, I love that everyone, like, denies that there's anything untoward happening here. And it's just like, yeah, it totally checks out. So, anyways,
I'm merely a man. How could I resist? What a mess I've gotten myself into.
well, you're right about the second part. So, and I may or may not actually be helping you out on this one. Everyone seems to trust M. Shazah. So, after speaking to Goguen, I've learned that there are at least 2 gang members, an Imperial and a Nord. They lure men to a remote location, trick them into removing their clothes and equipment, and then ambush them when they're defenseless. I think at this point I have enough information to pay a visit to the Flowing Bowl. Okay, so we've actually been there. That was the inn that I was hanging out at beforehand. So fortunately I don't have much to rob, so even if they try and take money from them, I don't have anything to pay with.
How are you?
Hi there. Good evening.
So, have you bet on any arena
Captain
matches
Dougal's
lately?
rumored treasure has to be true.
Have you heard any word about the other provinces?
Rumor has it Nerevarine has left Morrowind on an expedition to a gang of all-female...
Morrowind has always been a troubling place. It seems it is more so now.
What she has to say.
Everybody's...
I haven't seen you here before. Ah, and you're all alone, too. How sad. Well, if you're up to it, I think we can solve that little problem. You see, me and Faustina here are lonely, too. And we've been looking for someone. You look like just what we need. I'll tell you what. We have a cozy farmhouse not far from here where we could, well, get to know each other much, much better. I'll mark it down on your map just so you won't forget where to find us. Meet us there around 11 o'clock. I can promise you a night of fun you won't soon forget.
Well, okay, that was a lot there. It's like they just kind of like opened up and led right into that. The first thing, Signy Homewrecker, like what a name. Very subtle there. All right, let's dig a little bit deeper into this.
Do I really have to spell it out for you? You're a man, and I'm a woman with a certain desire. You figure out the rest.
Talking about the prophet. Good day.
You
After the
too.
Indeed.
It's
Okay,
you.
what was
Farewell.
the other
Hi.
person that she had mentioned? There's so many people here and they're all staring at me.
Can't
Was
wait to see you later. Don't keep us waiting. Hope you're not planning to get much sleep.
okay. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. So, let's see if the quest updated. Yeah, Signy Homewrecker has met me at the Flowing Bowl, accompanied by Faustina Cartia. She enticed me to meet them at their farmhouse around 11 this evening for a night of fun I won't soon forget. I've decided to take them up on their tempting offer, as this will point me in the direction of their hideout. The farmhouse seems to be just outside Anvil in the settlement named Guiden. Oh, okay, so there's another town called Guiden. Okay, so is it on the map? Do we... Probably. All right, we got to get there fast, though.
What is it now?
I just... Everyone in this town. All right.
Good to see you.
What is it?
What is it, Sarah?
I've arrived at Guiden. I'll need to wait until around 11 in the evening to go inside and find out what Faustina and Signy have in store for me. Okay. Which, it's 11:22, so, yeah. I should enter the main farmhouse and find out what Faustina and Signy have in store. Okay. So I'm going to do a save just in case it crashes, because this game crashes a lot.
I see you took us up on our offer. Good. I'm glad to see you. Signy will be along shortly. I'm sure we can find something to do while we wait. Now, we can't have you standing there all uncomfortable in all those clothes. Why don't you take everything off and place it there on the table?
I'm afraid not.
What? What are you talking about? Don't you want to have fun? Come on, don't be shy. Or are you here for something else?
I'm here for Gogin's ring.
Damn, I knew it. You're working for the city guard, aren't you? I didn't think they would be stupid enough to send someone alone. But so be it. I should have known after I fenced that stupid ring and discovered it was a fake. Worthless. All part of the guard's plan, I suppose. Okay, girls. We got someone who doesn't want to cooperate.
Oh boy. Well, that escalated. So, yeah, so what we can do, we're definitely gonna need this short sword here.
I'm just warming up. You'll never take me down. Why won't you die? Am I supposed to be impressed?
Oh my goodness. Oh, hold on.
Good to see you.
Hi there.
What's new with you?
Oh my god. I should have run away from that one. uh, hmm. Well, I didn't quite expect that. So, that was a funny way to die, though. I pressed the A button, and got cornered into a wall, and so my character sat down and actually died sitting down, which is interesting. So, what do I want to do? Okay, I need to think. I need to think for a bit. So, I'm actually going to put the duck screen on for a bit, because, no, I'll just do this while I'm live. How do I want to do this? I've made my own rules on this permadeath thing, and I've liked it so far, but I've never had a character that I put this much time into who died basically immediately into what I was doing. So, which, I mean, I could just be like, this is a lesson learned, and this is going to be a one, like, he didn't make it past the first night, because I think it's midnight of the first day. So, oh boy. Okay, yeah, that's it. Oh my god. M. Sharza is no more. M. Sharza got themselves a little too deep in a situation that they could not fight their way out of. So I just followed the quest. I feel like I should have tried to do something sneaky instead, and not gone there. I think that's the better approach to take in this case, but I'm learning more about this game. So all the time put into the character aside, I'm going to stick with the rules. And my third character, M. Sharza, this is where their journey ends. Literally on the first day. Being seduced by a pair of people from literally the inn right from where they started. So, my goodness. Okay, well, here we go. Let's do the thing. Let's go to the main menu. Okay, so I am going to do one thing that I had thought about doing before, which is that if I do die without making it to, say, like, past level 5 or something, or basically without accomplishing much with the character. I was going to adjust the difficulty settings until I get kind of better. I have a successful character, and I haven't decided on what is the marker for success. I figured like if they get to level 20 or something, or complete one of the main quest lines, then I might turn up the difficulty when I start the next character. But I think because this is the third character now who's died, I wanted to keep doing on an adept, but I think since he died early, I'm going to turn it down. And then if I have a successful one at apprentice level, then we'll turn it back up. If they die again, then I'll turn it down to novice. But for the next one, I'm going to put it to apprentice. But yeah, what was going on there when my character had died, which was kind of about the worst case scenario, I was questioning whether or not going through some deep thoughts on whether or not this whole thing is a good idea. But you know what? I don't think it's a waste of time. It's just the epitome of what I thought would happen. I mean, like, I thought eventually I'd have a character fall off a cliff or something. But I want to keep doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it with Oblivion. So, this game, I feel like I don't know if it would be the same thing in Skyrim, or definitely not in Starfield. I think that's a lot easier of a game. Yeah. So anyways, for anyone who watched that, both thank you for watching, and I'm sorry. I mean, I guess we didn't have much time to get invested in the character, but this is definitely the shortest playthrough I've had so far. Of M. Sharza, the Whisper of Gold, who didn't really get any gold at all. Didn't accomplish anything aside from making it to the starting area. So there we go. I mean, he's a level 1 character that got attacked by 3 people with spells and stuff, and wasn't really well equipped for combat, so maybe not the smartest approach with that. But so what I'm going to do from here is, let's see, I've got 30 minutes so left that I would normally stream. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be on again this morning, but tomorrow morning I will be on again, but with a different game, Clair Obscur. But next time I'm on with Oblivion, I'll have plenty of time to make a character and probably some time off stream to put them in the right location. So, but until then, for anyone watching, thanks for checking it out. I will put this up on YouTube, as short as it is, and make it part of the whole series. So, but this is, I think canonically, I'm going to say is the second character. The first one, Varithdrath, was kind of a test run, but I'll say it's the second one, actually, in the series. But I'm going to get it up on YouTube. It'll be part of the playlist, and then I'm going to use ChatGPT. I'm going to make an Excel spreadsheet so ChatGPT can read that, and it's going to build a new character. I like that because I don't have as much control over the playstyle. Only difference is going to be on an easier difficulty this time, so that I have a better chance of getting a little bit deeper into the game. So it's fun, but I think dying early and often is going to be kind of rough. Especially if I'm doing this thing where they start out in different areas or something. So, with that said, like I said, for anyone watching, thanks for checking it out. Mitsuri, it was good having a conversation earlier. And I appreciate the follow. And also from Piteo043, early on in the stream, thanks for checking me out. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Have a good day.